Hi everyone, my name is Sam. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get notification every time I post a new video. Also, please like this video for the YouTube algorithm. This will help me grow this channel. So in this video, I'll be showing you how you can 10x your productivity as a software developer. So you won't have to spend time on writing code that ChatGPT can easily write it for you in seconds. So let's get into the video. So as you can see, I'm already logged into ChatGPT. So if you don't have a ChatGPT account, you can follow my link above on the top right hand corner or at the end of this video. Follow the instruction and you'll be able to get a free ChatGPT account. So let's get started. So I want to ask ChatGPT to write me a Python function that will create a password which will contain numbers, letters, and special characters. So let's see, I'll say Python function, and then I'll enter it. So I want ChatGPT to write me a function that I can use multiple times. So the beauty of a function or any function is that once you write it, you can call it multiple times. And I want ChatGPT to give me that as well. So how I can call this function. So this is the function that ChatGPT kind of wrote for me to create a password. So it also gives me a bunch of comments as well. So it says that define the set of character to choose from, and then generate a password with a special length. Okay, here we go. So we have our function for how to create a random password. Now I want to ask ChatGPT to authenticate that password. So I want to make sure that the password that the password that the person will be giving can be authenticated as well. So write a Python uh, function to authenticate this password. So first I asked ChatGPT to write me a function. Now I'm asking to give me a function that will kind of authenticate that password. So here we go. We are getting a function called authenticate password, where the input would be input password and store passwords. So if a person create a password, we'll be comparing the input password with the stored password to make sure that the password is correct. And this is the function that it gives, which is it is also saying that if the password is correct, so our input password is equal to one of the stored password, then the password will be authenticated. If not, then it will just give an error that authentication is failed. Here you can change this to anything else. So this is a string message that you can change to whatever you want it to. So the third question I want to ask is that uh, write me a function to authenticate authenticate the ID. Well, so one of the beauty of ChatGPT is that when you're chatting with ChatGPT, it remembers the entire conversation. So if you ask about something in the beginning of the video or in the beginning of the chat, it will remember it later in the chat as well. It will remember it's like a person you are having conversation with. So let's see. I asked for write a function to authenticate the user ID. Typically, okay, let's see. So here is the example of Python. So see, ChatGPT knows that we asked for a Python function before, and it is writing us Python function. Every time I ask for something, it will write me in Python because it knows that we are having conversation in Python. So this is the uh, function for checking the user ID. It is similar to what we did for password. So there are two inputs. One of them is user ID and one of them is valid user IDs. So these are valid user IDs will be IDs that are stored, and user ID will be the ID that the person is entering. So then it will compare it to see, make sure that the user ID is in the valid user IDs that we have stored already. So this is like a very cool way or very fast way to write a function or here. So one of the other good thing is that it kind of gives you information on what everything is. So the function takes two arguments, user ID, which is the user ID. It kind of give you the detail of what the function ChatGPT wrote. So now so you can also test this in the code editor. You can do it in Spider or any other Python code editor, uh, and check it, make sure that it works. I'm pretty sure it works because I know Python. So uh, yeah, let's ask a third or for a fourth question. So now I want us ChatGPT to write a Python code to scrape data from a website. So to scrape data from a website, usually uh, beautiful soup is used, and let's see what Python does or what ChatGPT does. Or whenever we or I scrape data from a website, I use the beautiful soup. Okay, so here ChatGPT is doing the same thing. It says, sure, here's the example of Python code using a beautiful soup library to scrape data from the web. So this is very cool. So if you need to scrape data from a website, you just tell ChatGPT to write you a code, and here we go. So the URL would be the URL of the website, and then it is writing a bunch of other things as well. So parse the HTML content to website using beautiful soup, and then it is parsing that content. So it is writing that code that you will need to scrape that data from the web. So yes. Let it, so here it says to print the title, then print paragraph. It says this could first makes a request to a website using a request library, which return the HTML content of the website as a response object. It then uses the beautiful soup library to parse the HTML content and extract the desired data from it. In this example, it extracts the title of the website and all the data within the P, which is like a paragraph. So if you know HTML, that's everything that's in a paragraph. And the beautiful soup dot title dot text method extract the text within the title and tags. And while the soup dot find all dot p a method find all the p tags and extract their data. So this is very cool. If you want to scrape a data from a website, I would recommend you check out ChatGPT. Okay, so now the third and the final thing, well, the fifth and the final thing I want to ask ChatGPT to write me a code for is write me a function. Write me a function if there is an error, uh, and give give an alert banner to the user. So if you notice that I'm asking ChatGPT to write me functions because Python is a function-oriented programming language where once you write a function, you can call it multiple times. You can call it over and over as much as you like. It will everything will kind of will remain the same. You have to write that code once, and then you can call it multiple times during your software development. So here is the try and okay, so define do something, then try perform some action that may raise an exception. So this, okay, and then exception as in these. Okay, so it's sort of a try and catch. If you know what try and catch is, this is a Python version of try and catch. So it's kind of saying that if this thing, try this, if something goes wrong, then give an exception. So it will give an error like this. It will print this error at the end of if something goes wrong. And here it also says in details that in this function, the try statement encloses the code that may raise an exception. If an exception occurs, the except statement catches it and execute the code within the block. In this case, the code displays an alert banner to the user with the error message. So yeah. There are a bunch of other details as well. You can definitely look into it, but I'm not going to go into that. So yeah, this is it for this video. You see how smart and powerful ChatGPT is, that we just gave an information about anything we wanted to write. So you can also create video games using this. All you have to do is just tell ChatGPT to write you a code for a video game or a simple video game, and it will do that. You can pretty much ask for any other languages as well, because ChatGPT is so smart that it understands and knows pretty much all the languages there are. It will give you sort of a template. You might have to do some tweaks into it. It's not like you just copy and paste this, but like for majority of time the code itself is sort of copy and paste, but some variable if you're carrying, or you want an error message to be in a some sort of way that you want it to, so you could do that. So here, like in try and catch, you will have to enter what action you are performing, and then it will catch it. So yes, you might have to do some little editing, but not as much. So you can definitely 10x your productivity with ChatGPT. So this is it for this video. If you want to see more ChatGPT tutorials, please check out my channel. I have a lot of ChatGPT tutorial about very different things, about creating a website, writing a book, 10 time Excel skills, and a bunch of other things. So please check it out. Also, please like this video. If this was helpful to you, this will help me grow this channel. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.